Hey, what's up, guys? I decided to make another video, this time on the anime, Berserker of Gluttony. Um, I thought this shit fucking slapped. Once again, not sure if we're getting a season 2, but I think I enjoyed it, um, more than the other one, but I did like them both, but this one just, I love the kind of, like, what they were doing with this. It was similar, but it was different enough where I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. I like the whole, born without a skill, with bad skills and then like learning they're good, whatever. I also, of course, I love the guy, like the animes where it's like, okay, they start off and they're like, oh, mega strong. But I do like when they build up to that too, because, it feels better, I guess. But, this anime was just really good action, really good story. Um, I think like the character designs were pretty cool. Uh, I know like some of them are kind of cookie cutter, but like Fate's like outfit like towards the end of the season was clean as fuck. I thought that was cool. Um oh yeah, so what I thought of the story, uh it was interesting. It's interesting seeing how they portray, like the seven deadly sins and stuff like that in different shows, cuz I've seen like the first season of Seven Deadly Sins, I've seen Full Metal Alchemist, I've seen stuff like that, so they portray them all differently. And I like how in this one they're not necessarily evil. Um, most of them, at least. I forget which one is, but it's like the one that has the gun sword thing, whatever. But I like that, like showing these people and what their issue is and what's going on. Uh, and the like the power that comes with the price. I like that aspect too. I like it when they end up controlling it or something, like they end up like being able to handle it. But it's cool seeing them kind of like, you're like, you don't want them to lose it, which um we didn't really see Fate do this season at all. Like he almost did at the end, and then he didn't. um yeah, I think that's kind of it. He never lost it. The overall story was pretty interesting. I felt like the main story was going to be about those three holy knights from the capital city, I think it is. How like they were going to be the main villains, but that's set up for later season 2 if we get it, whatever. Um, I was glad as fuck when he killed that guy. When he killed I forget the guy's name, but like the weakest holy knight basically. And he cut that motherfucker up. That was clean as fuck. I was worried for a second he was gonna let him live. It's like, bro, I don't like, when that guy was about to kidnap that girl for him. It's like, okay, you're done, bro. And he's already like, the biggest piece of shit. Um, who treats Fate the worst and everyone else the worst, basically. So I don't know. I like that. I like how the Holy Knights are like I don't know. Like if I was what the fuck's her name? Elite. I don't know. I don't know what her name is, but the like the love interest, the female Holy Knight. I wouldn't want to be called the Holy Knight at all, bro. Like what good Holy Knights are there? Like there ain't none. Like you're it, basically, is what I'm saying. It's like you need to make a whole new thing. Like the name is soiled, bro. Like I just thought that was pretty interesting. Something I thought was weird was when Fate said in like the early beginning of the season, I wonder who that Holy Knight was that helped me. He says that, and then they show a photo of like him, on the bench with eating the sandwich with blonde haired Holy Knight, and I'm like, it's obviously the fucking girl. Like, why are you asking this question? And then at the end of the season, they show that it was her, but I knew it was her because they also like show a painting of the family and she's younger. And I was like, "What? When the fuck did he think he met her then? Like, that's something I want to know." Oh, also, fuck the people in his village. Like, they deserve what they got. Basically, fuck the village. Um, they out here treating treating him worse than they treated Naruto. And then he comes back and they try to fucking sacrifice him. Like, what a bitch! I'm so glad that guy died. He just didn't die painfully enough. Basically, like, what a fucking scumbag, absolute shithead behavior. It's even worse than that. It's like what I like about this show though is like the bad guys mostly they get comeuppance, right? Or they're gonna, and it's not just like I don't know, like when he was killing the Holy Knight guy, that shit was clean as fuck. Like he didn't just immediately finish him off. He was like fucking with them, and then he did it, and then the leader of the village got fucking eaten by the gargoyles. There's an enemy called gargoyles or something, but I don't know if that's it. Um, so I was very happy when I saw that because I was fucking fuming. I was like, how fucking dare you, dude? Like, what, they see how how they treated him when he was a kid, and then it's like his dad dies, and they're immediate like, fuck you, get out of here, and they're throwing rocks at him. They're the adults, bro. Like, what is wrong with you fucking people? So they all deserve to go. His other, bully turned out to not be so bad. It's like, I still probably wouldn't, like, I'm not, I'm not that good of a person. I probably wouldn't have helped him, if, he came to me like help, but he treated me like that. It's like, I don't know. I'm a fucking, I don't know. I can hold a grudge, I think, but, story-wise, that was pretty cool seeing that. I thought it was weird how he was away from the Holy Night girl. I can't remember her name. I like her, even her family name, Heart. I'll just call her Heart. So how they separated early on in the show, and then it was like he was chasing her kind of, but he was ahead of her, and then they meet back up, and she figures out his identity and stuff like that, which I thought was cool. I like that, like, kind of, secret identity type shit. Something I was wondering though was, well, there's like a huge fucking bug in here. I don't like that. But I don't like that at all. But yeah, so it was like chasing them. Chasing them. They were, gonna meet up, and I thought like it didn't take as long as I thought. I thought maybe they wouldn't even meet up, and then when they did, I was like, oh great, they're never gonna find out their identity, and then they did. Was something that bothered me at the end, which, like, I guess is fine, but I was like thinking, why would you, like, because it had to have been her, right? She's the only one that saw his face. Why would she tell other people that it's that it's fate? It's like, because he killed, I don't know if she knows that he killed the other Holy Knight, but why would you put his shit out there like that? Like, I don't know, like, maybe you could have told, like, a few trusted people, like, well, I wouldn't trust the Knight guy. Actually, I don't really fuck with either of the Knights. They turn out not to be that bad. Well, not either of them. I mean, like, the people that are going with, Lady Hart. Yeah. Like, I didn't really care that much about them. Like, the one lady was really fucking annoying because they always have to have that one character that's, like, super fucking possessive of the other female character. And it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And then, like, towards the end, you're kind of like, okay, I fuck with you now. But it was kind of like a whole thing where I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck? Like, I can't stand characters like that. They get so fucking annoying sometimes. And I don't know, maybe it's like you have to be in the right kind of headspace or something, I guess, to be like, okay, whatever. But I just really didn't fuck with that. And then, the other guy has that daughter who's the researcher who, that's why you can't trust him. I don't know, but I just thought it was weird, like, at the very end when they show, like, the other two knights finding out that it was fate, and it's like, why would you tell him that? Like, I don't know, like, doesn't he have, I don't know, like, now people are gonna be after him, I don't know, but I just felt like that was kind of weird, like, just a way, like, to kind of get it off the board, so it's like, okay, they know who they are, but then it's like, at this point, the guy doesn't even care about getting revenge, because he has the Philosopher's Stone, and he's losing his mind, so it's like, you think that those three are going to be the main villains, and then they're not. And then, like, towards the end, they're, like, set up as some shit's going to come, and it's like, once again, it's anime, like, it's just something you have to take with it, but it's kind of annoying when they do that, when they don't, like, know, well, not even if they don't know, it's like if they don't think they're going to get a second season, it's like, I know you can continue it in the manga and all that, but it's so fucking annoying to, like, set that up. It's like, you could have just ended it, like, on a, like, okay, we're here now, like, he's going off, Fate's going off to deal with the issue that he has to deal with, with the other, citizen people, basically, and it's like, okay, that's cool, like, you don't know what happens, but it's not that, but then they specifically set up, with the Philosopher's Stone, and how he's losing his mind, and, his sister, I guess, like, the guy's sister, because I guess they're all a family, they don't care that he's dead. Pato, that's his name, I'm surprised I could remember his name, but, the lady, she kind of just, like, seemed like she would be the one to care the most, but, then at the end, the guy's like, haha, thank you for killing him, dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. It's like, I guess because that pushed him to go get the stone, there's a lot of cursed items in this show. I thought that the talking sword was pretty cool. I did fuck with that. Because he's not like, he's greed, but he's not an asshole. I was worried about that. Like, they call him greed, but he's really not all that greedy. And when he is, like, it's not that bad. Like, where he put fate above, like, well, I don't know. Like, I think, like, for the stuff, like, where it's like, okay, take these 10% stats, I think that, like, he has to do that, like, just to use it. But, like, that, that one time he's like, oh, that's not enough, give me 20. And he's like, fine, whatever. But most of the time, he's just like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, and Fate have this really good kind of relationship going on, and I think that that's pretty interesting. And I thought that just like how it levels up and he gives it all his stats, and then like it levels up. I thought that that was different too because it's not like a permanent increase for him. He'll get strong, and then he'll have to give the stats away to like either use power through the sword or to even just like power up the sword to another level, which turns it to another weapon, which is pretty cool. I do like how it stays a sword, like most of the time, because that's just like the coolest looking one. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. I think, yeah, I just thought that that was something different, where it's not like he's constantly getting stronger, like he is. They don't really show him. They only mention like once where he's like, okay, well, if you met him with these stats, it wouldn't be a good idea. But other than that, they really don't show him being super weak. But he probably is. He's giving all his stats, and he has like millions of stats at this point. So it was interesting, like a way to do that, where to kind of keep him in check, and not get too powerful too quickly. But I do think that power is just like a really interesting one too. Like gluttony, it's always about food and shit. So it's like because obviously that's what it's about basically. And I like how like it didn't really have anything to do with eating people or anything. It was just like you kill them, you take their soul, you gain their power. He also got the Tokyo Ghoul Eye, which I was like, okay, that's kind of weird, but it's cool. Like it's what it was, whatever. It just reminded me of it. I'm not like saying, oh, they copied whatever. It just was like, wow, that's interesting. How is that one eye? And it's because the power, like I said, like that power comes with a cost, and I think that's pretty interesting. Like I said before, but getting back to it, so it's mostly just kind of him going around, trying to get to the place where the Holy Dragon is, with Lady Heart. And I thought that, like, a lot of it was just pretty interesting. I really like Wrath, I think her name is the axe wielder. She's my favorite. Other one that we've met. Lust is kind of just like whatever. Like we haven't got much of her. Besides that, of course, like people are attracted to her, whatever. They didn't push it up too hard, which I appreciate. Like I thought, like if they were gonna do that, it was gonna be like insanely like fan servicey and stuff. Like where it's just like okay, whatever. But they didn't really do that. I kind of like to see them all gang up, except for the one who's gonna be. I forget what the one was that was like the gun sword that was controlling the guy. I forget what his name is, but like it seemed like it'd be kind of the other sins against him, or maybe not. Maybe there are other evil ones because it makes sense that there would be. With Wrath, I just kind of felt like they weren't very wrathful. Which when they kind of say how like old she is and how long she's lived and all that, I feel like it kind of makes sense to like the point where A, she can control her power, or B, she's just kind of numb to it all. But she was cool. And then they had that guy who trains him, who trains Fate for like one episode, and he helps him retake the castle and free his family's souls and all that. That guy was cool. I thought he was gonna end up going with Lady Heart because that's what I've heard it as, but I was wrong. He's like, I'll teach you some stuff, like let me go with you. I thought he said that, but he didn't. And then we don't see him again, but we hear about him a few times, and. Yeah, like I said, so I thought that that was pretty cool. I like seeing all the places. I think they pretty much look the same, though. There's not, like, much. Well, I think, like, the last city, like, that one looked pretty different, but, I don't know. So, like I said, they were split up for most of the season, Fate and Lady Heart, and I knew, like, that was obviously, like, that's the romance type thing. So I was like, I prefer when they're together, like in the action, you know, because it's like, especially she's like a knight. She's not like, you know, just like, I don't know, weak or something, but um, I get why they did it. I was just a little disappointed at the end where, you know, he finds her, she finds out his secret. She's like, you know, I still care about you. That wouldn't be enough to make me not care about you and all that. And, you know, they're like, okay, you have to leave because we have to, there's something we who are, you know, we're born as this, we have to do. And I'm wondering if that has something to do with the Philosopher's Stone, or if it's something else, or what. If that's just unconnected, or it somehow connects, or, you know, how people are chosen to get the powers of sin or whatever. Um, so there's a lot of stuff like that's open that I think is very interesting, just in this world that I'd like to see explored. You know, more about the characters, more stuff like that. But I think that, you know, it had a really good cast of characters, and that's very helpful for that. You know, yeah. But like I said, I was a little disappointed at the end when they split up again and he left, and he didn't even really have a conversation with her. I like the idea of like him being like, you know, I don't want to tell her about the curse because I'm worried about that, because it is like a thing where I could see it being like where you could think that, where it's like, yeah, you could lose yourself and go nuts and fucking kill a whole bunch of people. Um, I thought that that was like that made sense, but when she found out and then he immediately leaves, like I would have liked a conversation at least, because you know he was just knocked out. Um, so yeah, so that was pretty. I don't know that like that. It's not really a complaint, just something I noticed because it seemed like they didn't really have them together all too much, and that's a bit of a disappointment. But I think otherwise, I'm not even really trying to count that as like, oh, that was a terrible thing, but trying to think what else here. I can't really think of too much else. uh, yeah, I can't really think of too much else. I'm excited for the next season. I'm hoping that all the it will excited like it's gonna happen. I hope the next season, um, you know, maybe there'll be something else going on, and we'll get more, and then something's going on. I'm interested in that, and I think it definitely has more potential to continue. I'm trying to think of an anime like that I've watched where I'm like, like maybe I should make a video about animes like that should have gotten a second season, but or like continued at least or whatever. But yeah, so like I said, pretty good. Um, just to recap, Holy Knights, fuck them. Like literally only one good one. The other guy retired. Um, I don't know. That's basically about it. It's like the Holy Knight's name was ruined. It's like I really, I don't know. Like I was thinking about that. It's just, oh, Roxy, that's her name. Jesus, I don't know why I couldn't remember that. Um, I don't know. I guess like just because they used to mean something, but if it were me and it's like they're doing all these heinous fucking things and people are like afraid to be around them, um, I just kind of be like, I don't want any part of that. You know, like yes, it has history, but you've tarnished it basically. So, um, yeah, it just seems like every Holy Night we see, because it wasn't even just the three from the capital. It was that other guy too who fucking kills those two innocent people for no reason, and then like Wrath hits him out of the fucking, you know, like Pokemon's him, you know, Jesse and James, you know, off into the sky like that. And I thought like, oh, they killed him. They were just doing it as a joke, but they just said he got knocked out, so he's still alive. So yeah, I think this was a good start to a story. Like I said, has a lot of potential. I did enjoy it. Like I said, I like watching these shorter animes that have like a story, but then I'm kind of like upset because there's not a continuation. But maybe there will be. But even if not, you know, it's good. It's just fun to see what they had going on, and it was something I think a little different, and you know, it's I don't know. I like the kind of Western names because besides for Roxy, I guess I can. I feel like I thought that was my problem, like that it was like, you know, like Japanese names and stuff. But it's like no, I'm just stupid in general. So, but I keep like running around in circles. Good show, recommend it. Let me know what you thought of it. I don't know what my next video is gonna be. Maybe it'll be out soon. Maybe maybe it won't. I don't know. I've been in a rush making a whole bunch of these videos, just trying to get this stuff out as soon as because I love talking about right after I watch it when the excitement's all there. So, and I've been watching a lot. But that's about it. Peace.